Welcome to Piano Tech Hub. Today we are reviewing a quality new piano tuning lever straight from Australia. The KPS tuning lever made by Paul Knight out of Australia uses a 7-degree one-piece aluminum head, rigid carbon fiber tube, and is available in a large variety of gorgeous, rare, and burled woods from Australia. This particular one is made from Amboina burl. It is 11.5 inches in overall length, weighs just 8.3 ounces with the aluminum head, and has a 2 1/8 inch ball diameter grip. It can be purchased from kps.com right now with either a Kawai or Itoshin tip of your choice of sizes. It costs 700 Australian dollars, which converts to about 450 US dollars plus shipping. I should let you know that Pro PTN will be taking over distribution of this lever directly to the North American market early in 2025. Paul sent me this lever for review and feedback, and I believe it is the very first one to ever leave Australia. This lever has excellent control with no flex at all. The low angle head means really no problematic flag pulling at all that I experienced. It is quite comfortable, lightweight, and easy to move despite not having a shaped place to grip right here near the balance like I usually prefer. I would consider this a medium fast to fast lever. The number 2 Kawai tip is a good fit on most pianos, though the chrome plating is already flaking a little bit right at the tip of it. The 7-degree head angle is a smidge low and has some clearance issues on old American full uprights with protruding cases and grands with really tall struts, usually right in the midsection of the lever. It just doesn't quite clear. I do think a 10-degree head would probably allow for better clearance than 7. The length of the lever feels really good despite being a bit shorter than the average 12 or 13-inch tuning lever nowadays, but I really didn't find myself missing that extra length. One thing I do need to point out is the design of the head and incompatibility with some tips. KPS's first head design uses aluminum, which has different machining requirements than standard materials like steel or titanium, which most other lever makers are using, which unfortunately means some tips, such as the Casado Prestige, the Rayburn Pro Tip, the Stuart, and formerly the BKB tips, do not seat fully on this head due to some design things. Other tips I tried, including Watanabe, Kawai, Tafian, and the Itoshin No. 2 styles, all fit without issue on the aluminum head, though they may need cleaning and oiling to thread comfortably onto the higher thread engagement style of the aluminum head. The maker is aware of this and plans to make future versions out of titanium, which have a different machining requirement and would allow those other tips to fit without issue. If being able to use every tuning tip matters a lot to you, maybe consider holding off on this lever until the titanium heads are distributed. I was sent a steel head prototype as well, and had no issues with any of my tips fitting on this that have the same 3/8-30 thread count. This steel head is about 3 times as heavy as the aluminum head, adding a little over an ounce of weight to the lever. Not a big deal, but it did change the balance of the lever and took a little bit of an adjustment period. This lever is a 4 out of 5 for control. This is a comfortable lever. It is quite light and does not make me tired while moving from pen to pen. The shape is good, though I would prefer if the ball had a little bit more of a true radius and less flat sides, as a true ball fits a little bit better in my hands. It's not particularly uncomfortable in any way, but I think it could be more comfortable to me with a slightly different shape. While this is the general style of all of the KPS levers, they have several different ball shapes available, so you can pick the right shape for you. I usually dislike levers that don't have a shape index in place near the carbon fiber tube for moving the lever, but this lever actually feels fine without it. It's worth noting that some KPS levers do have that shaped point, just not this particular one. This lever is receiving a 4 out of 5 for comfort. The Amboina burl is beautiful, and the epoxy finish on the grip is just as nicely done as levers like the Rayburn and Casado. The head machining is good, though I do find the engraved logo style feels dated compared to most other levers that are using laser engraving. It is a very minor nitpick. The carbon fiber tube does have a thin finish on it, which is good. It's not completely bare like the Fuyan, for example. though I would prefer it if it had more of an epoxy buildup on it like the other two levers I just mentioned. Another minor thing. 4.5 out of 5 for appearance. Overall, I was quite impressed with this lever, especially for being an early model. It's clearly well made and functions very nicely with excellent control and good comfort. I would personally like to see this ball grip changed just a little bit and a 10-degree head used instead of a 7, but neither of those things were significant issues for me. I'm excited though for the new head design that will work with more tips. I think it will make this lever more accessible to as many people as possible. Though I still really enjoyed my time tuning with this lever for some 60 plus pianos, way more than I needed to for this review. I just found myself enjoying using it, so it's been in my kit for a couple months now and I quite like it. Overall, this lever is receiving a 4.3 out of 5. Special thank you to Paul for sending this to me, and give it a try. It is a great lever.